Hey guys, what's going on? It is Dylan
and Wally,
and today we are going to be showcasing and reviewing a diving board for your boat. Yes, you heard that correctly, a diving board on your boat. We have with us today an already installed the LAUNCHPAD Diving Board by H2O Marine.
Okay, so today we're gonna give you an overview of installing one of these bad boys, and also at the same time we're gonna try and maybe save you a little bit of money over our experience on this whole thing, and I think we can save you some money. And the whole thing is, we also, in all being transparent, this isn't the only diving board you can buy. There's actually another manufacturer that makes a board, but we chose this one because we thought it looked way better built, and we'd also read a lot of reviews online, and they talked about the customer service. Well, I can tell you the customer service is top notch, so that in fact is true. My experience has always been, when I want to buy something like this, first place I go to is the big online place where everybody goes, and I looked there and got a price, but then my wife noticed that it was manufactured and sold by this other outfit. So of course my wife, she gets a hold of H2O Marine, and guess what? $200 cheaper than the big online place. So save yourself $200 by just ordering it through H2O Marine. We got it in 3 days. 3 days, quick shipping. It was very, very easy and seamless thing to do. And talking about customer service, we're going to get to the install and everything else in just a second, but when you watch the company's video, one of the things I stress is read the manual. Read the manual. So we got this in and we skimmed the manual, but I didn't really read it word for word. Let me tell you something. This stuff's all brand new. So this knob in particular, when we went to screw it in, we didn't follow the instructions, and we actually broke the knob because we torqued it too hard. Why did we torque it too hard? Because the manual says grease every thread before you install. We didn't grease it. So read the manual. Anyway, we broke this. We got a hold of H2O Marine. In 2 days we had a brand new one, no charge, no questions asked, delivered to us, to our doorstep, 2 days. And matter of fact, not only did they send us one, they sent two. So now we're covered, we're good to go. One of the very important aspects of the installation is where you're going to put it. On a 22-foot long model like this, there's various places. The first one we looked at was back here on the rear deck. It's doable, but we were worried about the rope from if you have someone out there and if they swing out this way, they're going to be hitting the diving board, and we didn't want that. Also, the tune is right underneath there, and so it just, for this model, it wasn't applicable. Now, if your model of pontoon, tri-tune, whatever you have, if it's got a longer, wider deck and more room, perfect spot, perfect spot. For us and this model, it wasn't. And so, if you do mount it back here, of course the diving board's going to be over here, and you're going to be jumping away from the motor. You're not going to be, diving toward the motor or anything sticking back out. So that's the way that would work. Also, place most people, from what we've seen, is where they mount theirs, is right here. A perfect spot, perfect location, jumping away from everything, no obstructions, perfect spot. The only problem for us was with the bimini top out, which is how we always roll. It's kind of in the way. So what you have to do is fold your bimini top down. Some people have no problem doing that. I'm an old codger man, I don't want to mess with it all the time. So this wasn't the exact best place. Also, keep in mind, on these tracker boats, They also have aluminum underneath, which keeps the water off of the decking. It's well built that way, and so that's something else you'd have to contend with. It's very doable, but that's just something else you have to keep in mind. What we did is we came and we mounted it here. There's no projecting pontoons, so this looked like the perfect place. And keep in mind, if you need to move this, it only takes 6 screws to unlatch it and move it out of the way. Now, in the interest of time, we actually wanted to show our install, but we had some technical difficulties, etc. So we're just going to give you an overview of how we did it. First thing is underneath here, you can see there's a mounting plate right here. So the first step is you don't even have this here yet. You do these mounting plates, and in these mounting plates there's 4 screws in each one underneath there that you mount this with, and we'll show you what it looks like underneath so you can see what I'm talking about. But once you get this measured out and you put your mounting plates where you want them, then you bring this in, bring in the ladder part, and then as you can see there are 6 screws that hold it to the mounting plate. So it's just as simple as that. So let's go over some of the features. The board itself has this nice anti-skid decking. You have an adjustable handrail. You have 3 steps up. They're textured, so it's not going to be real slippery. You always want to make sure you're at least 15 feet of water before you dive off. The weight limit's 250 pounds, so you know it's mainly made for people under 250 pounds. And adjustable handrail. If you have smaller people coming up, you can just simply unscrew this and move it down and then lower it. Or if when you're parking it and you need to lower this down, you can actually lower it down this much where only this much is sticking up. If that's a problem, the whole thing can come out and you can lay it down. This board actually loosen these 2 pins right here, board folds down. So if that's something you need to do, that's a doable thing also. Okay, once again, the reason we chose this one over the other diving board, once again, this just looks a lot more substantial, better built. This one actually has the 2 springs. The competitor only has 1 spring. This one has 2. To us, it just looks like it's made better. And the whole thing with the springs is when you dive off, the boat does not rock. The boat does not rock, stays still. It's really awesome. So now you've made it through the boring part of the video, and we'll get on to the fun part.
My name's Chesney Wall, and I'm the first one to jump off the diving board.
All right, guys, there you have it. Pretty cool stuff, right? We've really enjoyed this so far. It's just been an absolute blast. The kids have loved it. No problems, no issues, no complaints. And so hopefully this will be something that we can enjoy for many, many years to come. If you have any questions, if you think of anything that you kind of are still curious about, want to know that we might have missed or didn't touch on, please feel free to comment. We'll do our best to get back with you with some answers. Also, I've included the link to H2O Marine's website where you could purchase this if you want to. And yeah, guys, as always, we enjoyed it. And for Wally, I'm Dylan, and we'll see you in the next video.